Thank you, Ernesto. Thank you, Richard, and thank you, the entire IATEFL team. I'm Ravi Narayan Chakrakodi from the Regional Institute of English, Bangalore. This is a premier teacher education institute in India. I have mentored these teacher researchers for about 2 months. Actually, they were a part of in-service teacher training, which was for 30 days. So all these 5 teacher researchers who are going to make their presentations today have completed a 1-month in-service teacher training program online and have done mentoring during the teacher training program and also after the program. I haven't yet met any of them face to face. All this was done online during the COVID-19 time, right? So I request 5 of the teacher researchers to please make their presentations. To begin with, may I request Priyadarshini to please make her presentation. Let me share the screen. Yes, over to you, Priyadarshini.
Hello everyone, myself Priyadarshini. My research topic is developing English vocabulary in the classrooms. Here, in this my exploratory action research, I focused on the 7th class students from government rural area schools. Here, as English is a second language, they are facing many difficulties while they are comprehending the text, and also they are unable to understand what teacher is interacting with them. Here, I have I came to know here I want to know the root cause for the poor vocabulary in the students. For that, I started my exploratory research. For that exploratory research, I have conducted an interview with the teachers and had an informal talk with parents and also with the students. Here, the teachers are saying that due to lack of exposure towards the English, at the same time, as it is a regional language medium, all other subjects were taught in the regional language, and English is getting only 1 period per day. And the parents were saying that as they were illiterates, the students, their kids, what they are studying, they don't know. When the turn comes to the students were saying that due to lack of time, they are unable to do the homework, and even they are forced to work before and after school hours. The force is done by their parents itself. Why? Because here they are forced for their daily bread, to earn their daily bread. Based on these problems or these issues, I made an action plan. In this action plan, I have conducted a pre-test for the students. Obviously, after a 1.5 year long gap from the formal education, these students were very much lagging behind in the vocabulary. So, after conducting the pre-test, immediately by seeing the results, all the students were in the C grade. So I gave them some activities to the students, and I gave 1 week time. Based on the progress, I divided the students into A, B, C groups. And these groups, according to the groups, I have given the activities and I motivated them to actively participate in that activities. Then I took 2 periods in a day, 1 for the syllabus and 1 for the vocabulary particularly. In this research, I faced many challenges like lack of self-motivation in the students, and they are facing phobia towards the English language. And basically, these students are from the rural background. They are facing difficulties while understanding the given simple text. Even there is a lot of lack of exposure. So these are the challenges actually I faced when I'm doing action research. My action research lasted for almost 2 months' time. My reflections from this action research, when I compared this when I compare the progress of the students in the pre-test and also in the after the end of this action phase, there is a lot of improvement. Well, here, I adapted various activities, and based on these activities, the students improved their vocabulary. Now, 90 to 95% of the students are actively participating in these activities. In the classroom transactions, also they are interacting in English, and slowly they are developing the language skills in the classrooms. As a teacher researcher, I learned a lot from this research. My attitude towards the classroom is changed. Before that, I'm concerned with only subject, but now as a teacher.
Okay, your time up, Priyadarshini.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Okay, yeah. Can we move on to the next presentation? Let me, yes. Yeah, next is Babita's presentation. So can I request Babita to please make your presentation?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah. One second. Let me share the screen. Yeah, over to you, Babita. Oh, this is okay. Sorry. This is not your poster. One.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Is that your one second? Yeah. Is this your poster?
No, sir.
One second. Yes. I'll share. Just give me 1 second. Yes, please. Over to you.
It is not saying, sir.
Okay. Can you see the poster?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Okay.
It is not possible for me to see the poster.
Yeah. Can you all see the poster? Is it visible or?
Yes, Ravi, we can see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm getting it, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry. The language we speak influences the way we think. This is Babita, Karnataka, India. Hello, everyone. It's my pleasure to share my action research with you to the difficulties faced by the students. I work in a government school where the students hail from a very low background. My research topic aims at exploring the speaking difficulties encountered by the pupils who are of the age group of 11 to 13 years of government school. Firstly, I spoke with the students in an informal way, and they were not performing in activities, and they did not show any interest in speaking. So with the guidance of Dr. Ravinaran Chakraborty sir, I started my research in the month of September and took 2 to 3 months. And I started my research question as how can I motivate my students to speak simple words and phrases in English. And for that purpose, I have framed few sub-questions also, like why don't the students doesn't speak, what are the difficulties faced by them, all those things. I could observe that there was no response, and accordingly, some activities were planned. like speaking cards, tongue twisters were given. The speaking cards, so many questions were asked just to motivate them to speak confidently, and it was related to their favorite games, birthdays, favorite colors, all those things. And every day some of the other activities were given. Like tongue twisters, they have participated very actively in all the games. And with the cooperation of our teachers and the parents also, some questionnaire was also prepared, where some few questions it was given to the students, like do they speak English at home or with friends or with their neighbors. You could observe that love towards the language, but lack of practice made them to crawl in learning the language. And the questionnaire it was given to parents, like can they understand English or do they speak English at home. I could observe that there was no response, and they couldn't encourage the children because they were not aware of the language. So excuse me, sir. Poster, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. You will see the poster. Yeah.
Okay, let exposure. And lack of confidence, vocabulary, they couldn't concentrate on the language. So with the cooperation of the teachers, an extra class was created, and it was allotted to me to conduct activities where the children participated actively. And WhatsApp group has been created where extra or 10-20 students other than the targeted group also actively participated, working live worksheets and participating in online games and YouTube videos, all those things. And I could observe little changes in their speaking, and responses from the parents also. It was very good, and they showed interest in encouraging the students. And as a teacher researcher, I have learned to make my kids to participate actively in all the activities, and their behavior it has changed a lot. And this
The time is
research
up.
helped me to bring out best in my students.
Your time up, Babita.
And lastly, I would like to thank all the organizers for giving me an opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. So let's move on to the next presenter, Nisha. Are you there, Nisha?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Once. Once. Yeah, I'll get your poster.
Okay, sir.
Yes, please. Over to Nisha. Yes. Can you see the poster?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, all. I am Nisha, working as a lower primary teacher in Government LP School, Vellineri, Kerala. I would like to share some of my research experiences. My research question is, how can I develop listening and speaking skills in my learners aged between 5 to 7? I am teaching in first standard. There are 20 students in my classroom. The problem was identified during the pandemic period. In online classes, my learners were reluctant and afraid to respond in English, even in English classes. I collected data through the observations and discussions with their parents. The parents told that they were not interested in English classes. Moreover, majority of the rural parents are illiterate in English. To provide ample chances to listen and enjoy good English, I planned some interesting activities such as storytelling by using puppets and conversation by using puppets and so on. I observed a particular sequence in the administration of these activities. First of all, I recorded the content of the activities by using puppets digitally and transmitted the same to the target group through WhatsApp. After that, after initiating these videos, I created a chance to interact with teacher and co-learners through Google Meet. When this process was ongoing, I felt that some of them were in need of teacher help. To address this problem, I provide additional visual exposure by using puppets. After conducting some activities, I made a chance to introduce themselves and add more lines to the given rhymes, etc. The feedback proved that they could improve their language through these activities, and their parents opined that they greatly motivated to English through these activities, and they started interacting with their parents, pets, toys, and playmates in simple sentences in English. If we provide this type of interesting and need-based activities, they can improve their own language, and they can improve their language acquiring capacities. The staff development which I attained through these activities, I mean reflections, are ability to scaffold efficiently, improvement of self-confidence as a teacher, administer efficient techniques of activity administration, and capability to analyze reflections, etc. Before attending CELT course, I had no idea about action research. And Ravinarayan sir guided me to do this action research, and now I'm a teacher researcher. In this occasion, I would like to share my sincere gratitude to Ravinarayan sir, and thank you Asli ma'am and Richard sir for giving such a wonderful opportunity, and thank you all.
Right, yeah, thank you. Let's move on to the next presenter, who is Nita Venugopal. I'll try to share your poster. Give me a few seconds. Yes, over to you, Nita. Can you see the poster?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all in different time zones. I am Nita Venugopal, a high school teacher from Kerala, India. And today I am here to share my research report titled Using Online Tools to Enrich Reading and Comprehension Skills of ESL Learners. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Ravinarayan Chakraborty sir for initiating me for doing this exploratory action research in my classroom. I work at Government Boys High School. The school is situated in a semi-urban area. We have students studying in the English medium and Malayalam medium classes. And most of the classes have more than 40 students. I teach students from grade 8 to grade 10. I have selected 15 students for this study, and they all study in the 10th standard. They all are between the age groups of 14 and 15, and they all come from socially and economic backward families, and they are studying in the regional medium classes. So during the pandemic period, I noticed that my students were reluctant to read the text in English. In the online classes, I felt that they were not doing the reading activities. And when I initiated the students to read the textbook, very few students came forward to read the text. So I wanted to know the reasons why. So I decided to choose 4 questions to work with during my research process. They are, how can I motivate my students to be better readers of text in English? What activities can I use to promote the reading and comprehension skills of the learners? Which activities are preferred by the students? And what methods can be used to inculcate the habit of reading? I collected quantitative and qualitative data from the students, teachers, and parents. Google Forms were used to collect quantitative data from the students. I also had an informal talk with the students. The data analysis was an eye-opener for me. I understood that most of my students were interested in reading, but half of them had difficulty understanding the text due to poor vocabulary and lack of practice in reading. So that is the reason why during the pre-test, most of the students were able to answer only 5 questions. I shared these thoughts with my batchmate at CELT course at RIE Bangalore. She also confirmed similar findings in her classroom. So I did these activities for 2 months, that is from the beginning of September till the end of October 2021. During that period, we had only online classes in our state. So with the aim of improving the reading and comprehension skills of my students, I began by displaying flashcards during the online classes. I shared videos of sight words. I shared videos of sight words in the WhatsApp group. I also asked my students to watch videos of short stories with English subtitles, and I also made them answer questions in Google Form. Gradually, I moved to interactive worksheets. I also shared online stories in the WhatsApp group. By the end of around 2 weeks, I understood that my children had started developing interest in doing these activities. They loved to participate in these activities, and the focus group students were began to feel motivated and successful. And this was confirmed when they started uploading their voices onto my Padlet page. Now, when I began my action research, I was just a teacher. But by the end of my classroom research, I have become a teacher researcher. I have understood that systematic and scientific research has to be done to find out the weak areas of the students. And that I have also learned that I should never assess the level of the learners. I have improved my teaching skills at the same time as students have improved their reading and comprehension skills. And this change motivates me to start action research activities in my other classes too. And finally, I have realized that a simple action has changed and improved what I am doing in my classroom. Uh, I would also like to thank the organizers, especially Richard Smith sir, for giving me this opportunity to present my research report here, and thank you all.
Thank you. I think you all can see their Padlet pages also. I mean, the links are available in the program schedule. So please have a look at their Padlet pages. Some of them have shared audios, videos there. Right. Yeah. So over to our next presenter, that is Shweta. Just give me a couple of seconds to share your poster, Shweta. Are you there, Shweta?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, your poster is there. Over to you, Shweta.
Show, don't tell. Warm greetings to one and all. I'm Shweta Savina, a graduate primary teacher working in a government higher primary school of Karnataka, India. Under the structure guidance of Dr. Ravinarayan Chakrakodi, I undertook my first exploratory action research on developing the descriptive writing skills among my pupils. With few sub-questions like, unlike mother tongue, why can't my students express themselves freely in English? And as an English language teacher, how can I motivate my students to write descriptively in English by using their sensory imagination? The needs and objectives for undertaking this research were plenty, but to quote some of them, to know about my students' level of writing skills and to foster the art of writing skills among my pupils and enhance their imagination, strengthen their sensory skills, and to make my students' writing so realistic that the readers can feel it. When the applied questions were asked in the classes, the students left the questions unanswered. This triggered me to carry out this exploratory research. As a data collection process, first I gave the pre-test. I asked them to write their visit on about their experience about visiting a mall. The result was not impressive. After browsing few articles, I came to know that giving key questions to the students will ease their work in writing a passage. I applied the same with my students and the result was improved. After discussing with other teachers, I came to know that engaging students with multiple tasks by supplying few sample descriptive passages will help my students to boost their descriptive writing skills. I even prepared a questionnaire through Google Form to my parents, students, as well as other teachers to collect their opinion about their views of writing descriptively in English. Meanwhile, I conducted many activities to boost the level of descriptive writing skills of my students, like picture description, live worksheets, oral narrations and instructions, online and offline tools, YouTube links, adjective and adverb vocabulary display, which helped my students to know their level, and this helped my students to write descriptively by using their own imagination. The findings and observations after undertaking this exploratory action research were: my pupils lack vocabulary and adjective word bank. If they have this, definitely they can write their passages very nicely. Positive impact of vocabulary building language games and online worksheets, which my students used positively, and they could now write simple passages in English by using their imagination. As a teacher, I need to give stress on continuous drilling and guidance to the students so that they'll take out the creative writer within themselves. The reflections and experience as a teacher researcher were: I bridged gap in learning. The vacuum which was created because of the pandemic was filled by me through this exploratory action research. I created interest in writing among my pupils. Collaborative teaching techniques were learned and applied. I learned to use many online tools, and even I made my students also use many online tools. Got a first-hand experience on conducting a systematic exploratory research. I would like to thank Dr. Ravinarayan Chakrakodi for mentoring me, as well as the organizers of this function conference, and my family and friends, and last but not the least, my dear students who encouraged me to carry out this exploratory action research. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you. Thank you, Shweta. Yeah, good timing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Over to Ernesto, please.
Thank you very much. Excellent presentations. Well, first of all, congratulations to Dr. Ravi Chakrakodi. And now we will have the opportunity to interact with each one of the participants. So in a second, I'm going to open up 5 different breakout rooms for you to interact, to go from one room to the other during 40 minutes. In order to improve our participation, I would like just to share. Can you see my screen? Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to share just some general guidelines to make the best out of our participation. So it says, ask questions or make comments, interact with the presenter. Turn on your cameras, please, to make a friendly atmosphere. Follow links in the program to view the presenter's poster rather than asking them to share it. Keep microphones muted when not speaking. Find rooms to go to where there are fewer people, moving freely from room to room. And finally, don't press the leave the meeting button. But if you do, you can always come back to the room. So now I'm going to open up 5 breakout rooms with the name of the presenter in the order in which they presented, and you can select which one you would like to go. I would like to invite the presenters to share their experiences and the feedback that they heard. And by the end of the session, I would like to also invite Dr. Rabi to wrap up this event with his own reflections. But first, in the order that the presenters appeared, I would like to invite you to give a 2-minute comment on your experience. So who presented first?
It was Priyadarshini.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It's me, sir. Good evening, sir. Sir,
Hi,
yeah.
would you like to share your experience? What did you hear? What
Yes,
did you
sir.
learn?
Yes, sir. I learned a lot from this research, sir. This is my first research. And this research lasted almost 2 months. As a teacher, I concern with only my subject and also the records related to the syllabus. But as a researcher, I can find out the root cause, where is the problem actually the students are facing. Right. And I also encourage the students and I motivated the students to overcome those problems and ask them to participate in the different activities to learn the vocabulary as a part of my research. And as a teacher researcher, I'm maintaining records of the individual students, and I came to know who is lagging behind in the vocabulary. For those students, I can give different activities and I can develop the vocabulary in those students who are lagging behind in the classrooms. And I happily say that I become as a teacher researcher. I will definitely continue this. And I thank the organizers, Richard sir and Asli madam for organizing this wonderful platform for the research presentation. I also thank Ravinaran sir for his continuous support and giving an opportunity to present my research on this international conference. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, can we have Babita to comment on the feedback that she received, please?
Yes, hello everyone. This is Babita, and it was a wonderful experience. A 1-month CLT program would lead us to this extent, and with the guidance of Dr. Ravinaran Chakraborty sir, I started my action research. And in the beginning, I was of the opinion that my children wouldn't open their mouth to speak. I was literally helpless. But this research helped me to bring out the best in my students. I've learned to motivate my students, and as learning is a continuous experience, and of course, speaking doesn't come overnight. But I have learned to encourage my kids, and it was possible because of this research. And in the beginning, there was no response to the questions. And now the children started participating actively. And they have learned to speak the simple words and phrases. And I have observed the changes. I too, myself, have transformed myself into a researcher. And earlier, I was not concentrated much towards the kids. But now I can personally encourage them and motivate them to speak. And this is a wonderful opportunity. And I would like to thank my this wonderful event, and I would like to continue my research. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, can we have Nisha to share her reflections on the feedback she received?
Hi, sir. This is my first research, and I am satisfied that I could identify, analyze the language problems of my learners, and I use many new methods with puppets, videos, etc. in online classes. And now here here schools are reopened, and I use these new methods in my offline classes also. and I improved a lot. It improved my self-confidence, and Ravi Narayan sir guided me to do this research, and now I am a teacher researcher. I'm really happy, sir, and thank you all for giving such a wonderful opportunity, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You are. I really like the way you positioned yourself as a teacher researcher. You are. Yes, no doubt about it. Thank you very much. Now, can I ask Nita to share her reflections on her experience here?
Okay, so should I speak about what happened in the breakout room also?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
please.
okay. So I'll begin with my classroom research. As they all say, this is the first time that we are doing such a research. I've been working for 13 years, but I've never done any research like this. And I'm very happy I've been able to improve the reading and comprehension skills of my students. It was a very fruitful journey. I have understood how I have learned many online tools. I have learned how to go beyond the textbook. We were only confined to the textbook and what all activities we had in the textbook. So now we go beyond that. We find time. We don't find it very stressful. We do it somehow, either online or offline. We make time to give them the extra efforts and the extra abilities that they need actually. And then in the breakout room, I got questions regarding flip books, the type of flip books that I have used and how I selected them. Then one teacher asked me which was the most effective tool. So I feel that interactive worksheets or live worksheets from the site liveworksheets.com and also from quizzes.com, they were very effective for the students. And then the challenging situations that we had is that these students had difficulty in the, understanding in the virtual classes. And also they had difficulty having network issues and all that. And then, as I said earlier, then another question I got was about the research experiences. It was a wonderful experience doing this research. And I plan to continue. I want to improve the writing skills of the same students. And also I want to start research activities, for example, improving the speaking skills of my English medium students. And then one teacher, she asked me about how usually in India, we have a regional language in every state. And in every state, all the teachers, they teach in the regional language. We just translate lessons. So the teacher who asked me, she was teaching in the primary classes. So we feel that it is time consuming when we teach everything in English. But actually, I think that is what we should be doing right from grade 1. The students should be used to everything in English. Only then they'll understand the language well. So it was a wonderful journey. And thank you, Ravi Narayan sir, for guiding us so well. And I would like to thank the organizers for giving us such a wonderful opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And then we have Swetha. Is that the correct pronunciation? Yes?
Yeah, Shweta.
Shweta, yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Namaste, sir.
Can you share your take?
Yes, sir. In the breakout room, I was asked many questions like what was my students' response about their progress and were you satisfied? And my experience of undertaking this exploratory research and the most exciting part and the methods of teaching that I used and offline and online tools that I used and one question like, have you expected this result? All these questions made me ponder on my exploratory research again. And again, yeah, I take this opportunity to thank my students, first of all, because of them only I could do this. And of course, I'm satisfied with the result of this exploratory research. Now my students can write on their own at least a small passages. Actually, earlier, whenever the applied questions were asked, our students were not writing. They were left unanswered by them, and they were just going for 1 mark or objective types of question answers. These essay types and all they were leaving. Now at least they're writing something, and they can write now. So these things help me after carrying out this exploratory research, and even it helped my students also. Overall, it was a good experience, and as I said, the research is not yet complete, like never ending. It is spontaneous. It will go on. So I hopefully this exploratory research, first exploratory research, will help me and my students in future also, and even to the students of our school. I thank the organizers, as well as our mentor, Dr. Ravi Narayan, and even my co-presenters who supported me while preparing for this exploratory research. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, last but not least, I would like to bring Dr. Ravi Chakrakodi to share his reflections. Please.
Thank you, Ernesto. One of the limitations of this journey or this process was it was done completely online. I just hope how wonderful it would have been if we were able to meet and do the research in a face-to-face classroom, and also do mentoring activity in a face-to-face mode. It would have made a huge difference, I guess. That's the feeling that I am getting today. And then there were many teachers who were interested in doing the exploratory action research. So some of them have completed exploratory part of the research, and these 5 teachers have gone one step ahead. They've completed action research as well. So I feel if we give them the right direction, motivation, it's like an impetus, then they are willing to work hard. They're so committed. Even during the pandemic, when the schools were closed, they worked so hard, try to engage students in continuing their learning. So I think as teacher educators, it's very, very important to show them the direction, then mentor them, and they will really go extra mile and do wonderful things. And for me, it was particularly interesting that I was able to research teachers' research. It's not only mentoring, I'm also researching on what teachers are researching. All right, so mentoring teacher research and researching teacher research, all these are wonderful areas to explore. I think that is my professional development. I'd like to explore more mentoring and researching teacher research in future. So this is a wonderful platform for all of us for our professional growth. Thank you for organizing this, Ernesto.
Thank you very much, Ravi. Thank you. Wise words. I think that with that, we can conclude this session. Now I'm going to share the link that you can use if you want to obtain your certificate of attendance. So just it is in the chat box. And well, thank you very much all. And I would like to invite you for the next session that we're going to have in 10 more minutes. So excellent. So see you around. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ernesto. Thanks, Ravi.
Thank you.
I think the link is not there yet, Ernesto. If you could just put it in there again.
I'm sorry. Yes, you are right. I think that I send it to privately. Yeah. No, I'm going to share it again. I'm very sorry about that. Now it's there.
Well done, everybody. Well done, all the teachers. That was great.
Yes. Now it's there. It's there. Thank you.
I think we all should thank Richard for organizing such a big event, international conference.
Yeah,
thank you, Richard.
Depends on everybody. So presenters will receive a certificate automatically, actually. They don't need to ask for one. Okay, see you in the next session, hopefully, in about 10 minutes. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm going to stop recording.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye.